Hey guys, Professor Brian here with Rising Tide Jiu-Jitsu. I'm with my assistant coach Checo. This week, the technique of the week is the triple threat from side control, meaning the Americana to straight arm lock to Kimura. So, coach is down. I'll scoot you this way, coach. So, the traditional way that we all come up learning how to do the Americana is controlling the wrist and then the bottom side hand coming under and controlling your own wrist, okay? And white belt to white belt, this is great. White belt, blue belt to blue belt, maybe. But in my experience, as I started progressing through the belts, I struggled finishing this less and less. So what we're gonna do is instead of going wrist and wrist, we're gonna change this up a bit. So we're gonna start here in side control, okay? So first thing, I have head control. I have the far side underhook. Coach Checo's framing against my neck. What I'm gonna do here is this hand, the underhook hand, is going to control his shoulder. So I'm gonna come from here, I'm gonna actually grab onto his shoulder. From here, this hand here is gonna come across, and I come through using the meaty part of my palm, and from here, I do like basically a karate chop, hi-ya, pushing his hand to the mat, okay? One more time, hug, come through, and I turn it. If I struggle to get this down with someone who's much stronger, I sometimes turn my head, use my jaw, and actually use my chin to pin this down. Now, again, I come onto the wrist, his wrist, but instead of grabbing my own wrist, I take this hand, this bottom side hand, and what I do is I grab my bicep. Now, by grabbing the bicep, that isolates the shoulder even more and puts more tension on it. So now, instead of doing the typical wrist on the mat, painting the brush to get the tap, by grabbing my own bicep, by the time his wrist hits the mat, he'll be tapping, getting the tap. So, one more time. Here, I'm in side control. I control the shoulder. I come through, chop it down to the mat, grab my bicep. One little detail that I did not mention, that I'll mention now, is before I go to finish this, I suck everything in. So I want this top side elbow right against his neck, this bottom side elbow pinched against his rib cage. So everything gets tight, and then it's as simple as putting his wrist on the mat, getting the tap. From here, if they go and straighten out that arm to defend, I maintain the grip, but I follow myself forward. I follow him, trying to get under the elbow. I'm still holding the bicep. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring coach's hand down to his bottom pocket as I follow him here. I need to turn this thumb up to the sky. So I drive his hand down into the mat, getting that turn, moving here. Now, my hip is driving against his face, putting pressure. From here, I just do a motorcycle grip with this hand, flaring, getting the tap. Now from here, if he defends and brings the arm the other way, what I like to do here is pull this elbow out, staple just for a moment, switch here, and again, instead of grabbing the wrist, I grab the bicep. From here, sucking everything in. Switch the hip, sliding the knee into the armpit, falling to my side, stepping over the head, and putting the hand in his opposite shoulder. Slowly getting the tap. Thank you, Coach Checo. Again, that's the triple threat from side control with the Americana, straight arm lock, Kimura. Practice those, and instead of grabbing your own wrist, Practice doing it there and watch how that really isolates the shoulder and makes it 10 times tighter and stronger. So, thank you. Peace.